Last week I was started to talk about where I left in the end of February in the first chapter Yoga Sutra Patanjali's, and the main key is how to sustain the mental health. Okay, and then almost I spent like more than a year to talk about the 5 different types of the ripples, what's make our minds to ripple, and it's ready in my YouTube channel, so you can check that later. And Patanjali is giving a specifically using one method he used like a abhyasa and vairagya, practice and detachment. So I was taught how I let go my cravings towards the cheesecake. You can listen there. Also you can check, for instance, how to let go of my aversion towards the Berlin winter. This is a 2 extreme example I was giving. These kind of techniques we use specifically one problem, one issue disturbing our mind, and then we work on with that. This can be very specifically, but in a day-to-day life, we still have this kind of slight ripples when you do the practice. Even right now, you're sitting and listening, maybe the mind's not in the completely equilibrium state, maybe there is something still going on behind. Bara 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 yara yara, maybe something thinking what I'm going to eat later, where I'm going, the weather going to change or not, or something like that. These all ripples, because it's creating the unnecessary coloring, unnecessary filter to the mind. And how to handle in a general way. And later, the sutra number 23 onwards, Patanjali is talking few more steps, like general steps. And the last week I was giving one antidote, surrendering to the situation. That is the Īśvara panidhana. Īśvara panidhana, you see, whenever you're sitting right now, if you're in the behind of the mind or thought process happening, remember last week I said 2 possible to happen. One, the ripples coming from outside, or the ripples coming within inside. For instance, maybe an ambulance sound coming from outside, your mind gets distracted. That is from outside. Or your emotion trigger from inside, maybe your knees hurts or something going on from inside, its mind get disturbed. So inside or outside, both are applicable. So in that context, the one last week I said Īśvara panidhana means you see the reality of that source. The source from inside or the source from outside, it's impermanent. If you try to decode that sound, decode this pain, you couldn't find exactly where exactly this pain. The sound might come and dissolve in within few seconds. Okay, it's the sound not stay forever there. This is we call impermanent. So it's changing, constantly changing, and this constantly changing and interdependent, and everything is a quality of the divine. Maybe said, is it the sound of traffic, sound of ambulance is a form of the divine? Yes, everything manifested in the cosmos is the form of the divinity, including the flame, including this yoga mat. Maybe the yoga mat have a less value than probably my existence. Human existence much more valuable. So we said in all existence in this cosmos have their own identity, own quality of the divine. So when you see these 2 nature, automatically you feel this crumble back. So you're appreciating the sound, you're appreciating your pain. So this kind of appreciation will come later. And that's why I was talking last week. This is one method. The second method he used is Tasya Vachakah Pranavah. I think this is sutra number 27 because I posted today morning in the Instagram. Yeah. Second method he used is Tasya Vācakaḥ Pranavah. He is represented by the sacred syllable Om, or called Pranavah. In an ancient text, they said the vibration, it's called as a Pranava AUM. Of course, when you say it in yoga sadhana, yoga practices, the Om is quite sacred, quite unique. But in a day-to-day life, you cannot sit in a U-Bahn chanting Om. Maybe they think that you're crazy. Maybe in Berlin it's fine. I cannot. In Berlin, everything's happening. Can you imagine you in Hamburg, Hauptbahnhof, or in Munich, Hauptbahnhof, sitting and suddenly chanting Om? Probably people they call police. Maybe some crazy guy sitting Om. Maybe that's happened. In India, probably also it's happened. If I'm sitting in a city line and then I'm chanting Om, probably they say a little bit awkward. Even in India, it can happen that. It's not applicable. But but to have a close contact with that vibration. We have many things unconditionally we do that in a day-to-day life. For instance, humming. Everybody probably hum. When you're kitchens, when you're cooking, when you're showering. Oh, why? Because humming is one of the methods we use to calm your mind. Naturally, you feel like relaxed. Unknowingly, knowingly, I don't know. Sometimes you choose your favorite song, favorite whatever pieces, and then you're humming in a loop. And probably you experience this in your life. That's make your stress less. Your minds get calm. Why? Exactly this. Because all these vibrations, whatever vibrations you producing from your vocal cords, it's just stimulating your vagal nerve and then make your minds completely calm. And this only helps for that particular moment. I'm not saying this antidote like you take one pill forever, for the whole day you feel free. Can happen, but it's just, this whole method is just to fixing the situation that particular moment, like last week and this week, all the calm next one. So imagine your minds are rippling, your mind get a little bit disturbed, small ripple, I'm not talking about tsunami. Okay, you have a very strong ripple in your mind, probably this chanting vibration need more. Probably you need to chant whole week and non-stop to deal with that. Something happening slightly, mind get disturbed, maybe you start humming or whistling, or then maybe you sing whatever song, your favorite song inside, and then you realize your minds get a little bit relaxed and calm and focused. What's happening? Because the vibration getting better. It's removing all this unnecessary thought process, especially from the center of the brain, where store all the emotions. So neuroscientists, they found that humming, like a baby, baby crying non-stop, mother naturally humming and making singing, because it's helped the baby to calm down, cool down. So this exactly we can apply in a formal way. We use the Pranavah Om, the vibration of the A, the vibration to U, the vibration This is the combination of the Om syllable. A, U, But we can decode also this in a many different form. All the sounds we are here right now, it's rooted on these three. So when you hum, when you sing, whatever song, it's always have some syllables of the A. There are no songs without sound A. Maybe there are some A sound. Maybe there is some U sound. Maybe some sound. End of that. So maybe you can think about that. Yes, it's true. Always some combination will be there. And that's the one trigger your minds to calm down.